passengers! All passengers boarded, sir! All hands stand by. Engine room, reverse 1/4. Bowman, cast off bow line. Leadsman, sound off. Give me a depth reading by the mark. Even from the time I was a toddler back in Missouri. Before we get too much further out of port, I think I should mention that you best not be sitting on those handrails. They're the only thing that keep you in the river. And the river don't always leave kindly to uninvited guests. We also have the course of river pilots operating in the vicinity. So I wouldn't lean out beyond those rails for that reason either. Now, for those of you on the port side, that river town we're passing was frontier land. A few years back, it was no more than Boomtown carved out of the wilderness by a handful of settlers looking to start a new life. Today, the intelligent decorum are running rampant. Oh, it still has its share of footloose travelers, field boaters, prospectors, and Indians too. But mostly it's flush time, and on its way to become a fine big city. Frontierland reminds me some of my own hometown. It takes me back to when I was a barefoot boy growing up alongside the riverbank. You know, it seems to me that when I was younger, I could remember everything, whether it happened or not. But as I grow older, I seem to remember only the things that never happened at all.
Yeah, like me.
Starboard side was my stomping grounds when I was young. Exceedingly young. Marvelously young. Young by hundreds of years. Young than I will ever be again. It's called Tom Sawyer's Island, and it's named for a friend from my boyhood. Even today, the only way you can get there is by raft. Old man Harper's grain mill is there. Back in the woods just off Tom's Landing. And that's Muck Potter's Pond and his lineage. We almost came left once. And there's Huck's Landing. I always did like Huck. You could swear, just wonderful. He and Tom and I spend most of our wild and reckless youth exploring that island. Lots of caves, lots of adventure, if you know where to look. And we all knew where to look. That's Superstition Bay. It connects the big island to the little one. And if you follow the wilderness trail there, it'll lead you right up to the gates of Fort Langhorne. It's the last straighten out post before we head into the Indian country. Look off to the port side there. Every now and then, the water under that crest of rock comes to a natural boil and spurts out all over the place like a tea kettle left on fire too long. The Indians around here used to tell me these geysers were actually unfriendly spirits, upset by uninvited trespassers traipsing all over their sacred hunting ground. Be that as it may, that big thunder mountain poking up in the sky over there. The Indians named it that because of the sound the falls used to make when the big rains came. Then miners and prospectors and get-rich-quick speculators showed up, and the name stuck because of the sound of blasting powder going off every few minutes. There's not so much blasting these days, but ghost stories about a runaway mine train rolling down with simple-hearted hero folks like me. Look who's drifted out of the bayou. Off to port, Captain. It's Beacon Joe.
Old Beacon's been marking this river for longer than I can remember. Every time the river cuts the channel, Old Beacon puts out a marker to let us know whether it's safe to travel or not. However, Sam here has been bragging that if push came to shove, he could navigate the Liberty Bell on a heavy duty. Isn't that so, Sam?
Well, I was born humble, Captain, but mostly it's born humble.
Captain, Indian Village to port. Now that's something you don't see much out this way. That's an Algonquin Indian village. Looks to be from the Powhatan tribe. Usually they stay further east. I've seen Seminole and Miami this far west, and of course Shoshone, Blackfeet, and Crow, but I've never seen Algonquins out here.
Lots of game out this way. I've seen moose and deer and plenty of other critters along the shoreline.
That could be why the Powhatans are out this far. Perhaps following the food trail. Other village off the port has been here a while. Most of the Indians along the river don't quite know what to make of our steamboat. They call it Minnell, which means fire. It causes a smoking smell outside. The first time we passed this way, they thought it was the return of one of their heavenly messengers. They said our riverboat was a comet of the sun. After nightfall, they'll return to warn the great warriors who brought honor to the tribe. Attention deck watch. Controls report started. Commanding room, steady up. We're entering shallow water, but there's no cause for worry. Sam knows every shoal and shallow, every snag and sandbar in this part of the river. He will navigate us through to safe water. You wouldn't steer us wrong, would you, Sam?
I believe we ought never to do wrong, Captain. Especially when others are looking. Leadsman, bring out.
Those of you that have been this way before know that the water can get fairly shallow along this stretch of the river. A leadsman will call off the deck. Each mark is a fathom or 6 feet. Mark Twain is 2 fathoms, and for us that means safe water.
Captain, we're passing Cutthroat Corner. Attention deck crew, stay alert. If there's river pirates out here, this is where they'll most likely be. I can hear them from here. After all the commotion, it sounds like their interests lie elsewhere. If you folks on deck look past the trees on the island, that's Fort Langhorne. Most of these old forts started out as trading posts. Then the settlers started heading west, and the army came in and took them over. My feeling is, these days, there's a lot less frontier and a lot more civilization than is truly necessary. Leadsman, give me a depth reading. Sing out.
By the Lord, halfway,
See that brick mansion back over yonder there in the woods? I've heard folks hereabouts say it's haunted. They say it was built on sacred Indian burial ground, so now it's filled with spirits. If you ask me, I'd say the ones telling those tales are the ones filled with spirits. If you want proof, just ask them. They got it. About 100 proof, I reckon. And whatever you do, don't strike any matches if they aim to breathe in your direction. Or you won't just be seeing ghosts, you'll be joining